the extension of the knowledge of Christ. Christ, 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 Christ.
The gift of men, the bridge. In this video, I was speaking about the gift of men. I've observed that where you are and where you ought to be, oftentimes it's just a relationship that bridges these two gaps. Where you are and where you ought to be. Sometimes when God sends blessings to us, He does not give us blessings in things. He gives us blessings in relationship. Relationships are very powerful to shift us to our desired outcome. So oftentimes God gifts to us relationship, and I've observed that you don't open the door of destiny by yourself. God often gives us men who connect us to our destiny. Looking at the life of Joseph, we could see how that Joseph, even in the prison, met the chief butler and the chief baker, and one of them was used as an instrument to accomplish the divine providence that God has in stock for him. So relationships are very powerful. So as we trust God for the next level, whether in growth, whether in advancement, as a matter of fact, competence may actually qualify you, but it takes relationship to connect you. Let me come again. Competence may qualify you, it takes relationship to connect you. So we can't actually undermine the power of relationship. But you see, one of the things I've found as a blessing, I've discovered as a blessing, is the ability to classify relationships. Like I said, the gift of men, the bridge. So God often uses people as a bridge to connect us to where we ought to be in life. The ability to maximize this relationship who serves as bridge is the ability to classify them. Sometimes God brings people to our life to serve as connecting dots, as destiny connectors. They just connect you to the relationship you need. Like Iman rightly said, you are just 4 contacts away from the person you actually want to meet in life. So they don't have the key to your result, but they know someone, sometimes I know someone that knows someone that has the key to the result. Chief butler is not the major person that Joseph actually needed to meet. It's Pharaoh, but chief butler was handling the key to Pharaoh. So that's the way the bridge works. So I would love to start as men can serve as bridge to your growth. Sometimes we can seek God alone, but we can never grow alone. We can seek God alone. That's a place of personal pursuit, devotional life. But when it comes to growth in an holistic view, we can never grow alone. That is where God brings the blessing of, or the blessedness of mentors, the blessedness of pastors. The Bible says, I will give you pastors according to my own heart, who will feed you with understanding and knowledge. Probably it's another time to celebrate your pastor. Just imagine the spiritual growth that you've experienced just having a good pastor. The blessedness of a good pastor cannot be undermined. The blessedness of a good mentor. Like T.D. Jakes will always call mentor is a man that takes you on a talk to your destiny. You can't undermine the blessings of this kind of people. The paradigm shift they've afforded you in destiny, the quality of sound knowledge, sound doctrine they've exposed you to. So these men, they are serving as bridge to your growth. The quality, the good teachers, good mentors, good pastors. These are bridge. Mentorship is so key. The way we've actually undermined mentorship in our generation is alarming. Sometimes the key to your next level is just a good mentorship. So these are bridge. If you don't have one, I will urge you to have one. Good mentors will save you a lot of shipwreck in destiny. Good mentors, good pastors too. Men who are standing in gap to ensure that you are being fed spiritually. Your spiritual growth is ascertained when you have a good pastor. And the second people I would love to talk about is actually covenant relationship. This also serves as bridge too. One of the people that stood out for me as pertaining to covenant relationship is actually a man called David. In 1 Samuel chapter 18 verse 1, David was speaking about his friend Jonathan, and the Bible says he loved him as his own soul. Jonathan loved David as his own soul. That's so tie. I believe so strongly in our life we have to have few people whereby we can be naked and not be ashamed. They can really look into us. We can share our fears with them. We can share our success with them. we can share our pains with them, and we're not destabilized. We must have this kind of people. In covenant kind of relationship, one of the major requirements is loyalty. You must have 2 or few people in your life that you can always hand their loyalty anytime. These are bridge. Just imagine Jonathan even preferred to have his friend David on the throne, not even himself. This takes a covenant relationship. They are often regarded also as confidants, people you can confide with. People, like I said, you can be naked yet not ashamed. People that you can be naked before yet not ashamed. I think lastly, also I would love to speak about men that serve as access, referrers. Like I said, competence can actually qualify you, but it takes relationship to connect you. Sometimes it's just a referral away, like we saw the chief butler doing for Joseph, recommending him in places that matters. Let me speak to someone as a prayer, or let me just say this prayer over you, that people that have what you need and need what you have, may your paths collide. Sometimes we have gifts, but what we need to make our gifts be shown on a global platform is just the right people that will speak of us in places that matters. It is more frustrating to be gifted and have no platform to express your gifts. And how that these gifts are expressed are actually through people. Men are platforms themselves. We need to understand this. Men are platform themselves. So just imagine, I could interpret dreams, but I don't have chief butler in my life. I will still be in the prison. Just a relationship can shift you from the prison into the palace. Just a relationship. Just a relationship. Men serve as that bridge that brings us access. The shift you are trusting God in your business is just a relationship. The shift you are trusting God in your ministry is just a relationship. So indeed, men are bridge. And let me wrap up in this video by saying, how do we harness this gift of men? Is to, one, recognize them, is to, secondly, appreciate them, and is to protect them. Nobody stays in your life when they are not appreciated. Nobody wants to hang around a man that does not appreciate what he's bringing to the table. I've always told the Lord, in every relationship I belong to, I want to be a bridge, not a wall. That is, I'm an active contributor to the growth of the other party. So I must recognize this truth. I must be able to appreciate that I am not like my friend, and my friend cannot be like me, but we can always make a great team. I believe this blessed you. God has given you men and their gifts, but you must recognize them, you must appreciate them, and you must protect them. Stay tuned.